I've always thought that paying too much attention to finances would make everything so much harder. And I wouldn't want to look at every single transaction that I would be making and just documenting it on a piece of paper or in my phone. I would see it as tedious, and why would I want to do that? That would make me feel like I'm frugal and I'm really counting every single penny. But when I started looking deeper into that belief, I understood that I didn't want to count the money because I didn't want to have full control of my life, because I was just able to live my life recklessly without spending any money, without counting any money. And I was thinking that, oh, this is great. I can live however I want. But when I actually started counting money and when I actually started looking at where it goes, I understood how much of it goes to a lot of bullshit things that I don't need or don't want. I'm just spending money because I can, because sometimes I am feeling like it. But when you start counting that money, you also see how you live your life and how your things are controlling you and not how you are controlling your money or your things. Because when you see something, it draws you in. You're not drawn in by the thing, but it just takes your attention and it's just like, yeah, buy me and see me. But when you start counting money and when you can imagine that sheet of paper or your phone where you're gonna have to put down that amount of money that you've spent, or if you can make it even a little bit painful, if you mark it in some red color and make it in big numbers or something, make it like a little bit painful and very easy to remember how much you've spent. But when you earn money, it's a little bit different. It's not that much color. You cannot remember it very well. So that way you can build this pain reflex on kind of spending money unnecessarily. And you need to think a little bit, is it worth spending money on this thing or that thing? Do I really want to be that kind of person who just buys this thing because out of impulse and lose interest in it after a week, or some people even lose interest in a day? They just throw it away at the end of the day after not being satisfied with the thing that they just bought. But that is your time, that is your money, and why would you spend it on stupid stuff like that? And it also helps you to see what kind of things you need in life. You see what kind of things are actually useful and what you don't need. And when you can pinpoint those things, you know that you're not going to be spending money on something unnecessary. You can spend some money on some upgrades. You can spend some money on the things that you actually need. But when it comes to luxury, you don't really need to spend all of that money. So yeah, I'm just going in circles here, but what I'm saying is just that try out counting your money, try writing it on the piece of paper or in your phone. It's got to help you to hone in on where you're spending all that money, because I know that a lot of people, they only look at their bank accounts at the end of the month when they're getting a new paycheck, and they live paycheck to paycheck. So I don't think that's a very good state to be in, because you're mostly stressed out because you don't know how much money you have, and there might be subscriptions coming in, and then you're in overdraft and you're always in debt. That is not a good state to be in. I think that it really takes a toll on you, and when you're feeling locked up like that, that you are not financially free, then it can be very difficult to live. That's what I think. But I've been in this situation, but I haven't been in debt as much as other people who are in debt like tens and tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't even understand how you get yourself into this situation, but just try to control spending and it really helps if you have somewhere to put down whatever you spend. And I know at the start it might be a little tedious, but you get used to it but after some time, and you see that you spend a little bit less. So that's also nice. You can also set a goal of just spending less money, which is also great. So yeah, that's about the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.